Hi, partner community. It's Paul Sorge and Dave Murphy here at the Cisco office. Dave was here with us a couple of weeks back talking about line of business and unified collaboration. Well, I wanted to bring him back to really speak about Q4 and also WebEX, its use cases, and how we might be able to have those conversations with line of business. So, Dave, welcome to the program again.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be back. Thank you.
You know, if there was any one particular technology in Cisco's bag in Q4 that we really can close pretty quickly, it's got to be WebEX. Dave,
Absolutely.
what can you tell us about the big picture on WebEX in Q4?
Sure. So WebEx is a collaboration tool that you can identify new opportunities, qualify them, and close them within a quarter. And it's kind of hard to do with some of the other ones. So WebEx is something that we can really impact the end of the year and get those extra attainment points.
Let's talk about WebEX with some certain lines of business. Talk about sales. I think that's one that we're all pretty much day in and day out. What can you tell us about WebEX and line of business and sales?
Absolutely, because last time we talked about, what does the VP of sales and marketing and HR and those things care about in their day, and how can we relate to them in their language? Today we're going to talk about one of our tools, WebEX, and how they provide benefits to the different line of business organizations. So we'll start with sales. Yeah. Sales, first of all, having your team meetings like we do every Monday morning, commit meetings, in a WebEX environment allows geographically dispersed teams to really feel like more of a team. And so I see my peers every Monday morning, and I can interact with them in that way. I can also record those sessions for people who have missed them, so that really helps. A big piece of the use case for WebEx and sales is the salespeople who are out in the street. So a lot of times we've all done this, right? We're very far into a sales process, and then a question comes up on technology or compliance or something that we can't answer, and we traditionally would disengage the sales cycle, take that as an action item, go get our answer, re-engage the sales cycle, try to get back to where we were, then try to go forward after we've gotten over that. Now, the use case is to look at your tablet, use Jabber, see that the expert's available, do you have a moment, and with one button push on that tablet, I now have a WebEx that I'm putting face-to-face my subject matter expert with that customer, addressing that issue right away, getting that over with, so I can now say, press start 3 copies, let's move forward. Yeah. What that means to a VP of sales is you're taking time out of the sales process, and that means I'm taking cost out of the sales process. Time to sell equals cost to sell. And so that's a hard dollar value of driving additional margin into my sale.
Adjacent to sales managers, CMOs, chief marketing officers.
Absolutely. A lot of best practice use cases in marketing, especially around webinar. So think about new customer acquisition, upselling customers, and cross-selling customers. If I have a community of version 1 customers who have not yet adopted version 2, I want to invite them to a webinar and show them the value of version 2. Bring up a polling slide, would you like to be contacted or sample or whatever is appropriate? And the people who click yes, we know who they are through the registration process, so that's hot lead. And now you're talking to the VP of marketing or the CMO about reducing cost per lead, a hard dollar benefit that they are heavily measured on.
Yeah, no question. HR.
So in HR, think about first onboarding new talent, right? So I've got to retain and onboard new talent. Today they may bring in 6 or 8 candidates for a first round of interviews, get down to 2 or 3, and then send them off to the next round of interviewees. What we're seeing today is, hey, use WebEx to go ahead and interview these people, record those WebEx sessions, and go ahead and then let those interview panels see these 8 interviews, and then narrow down to 2 people, and only at that time do you incur the cost to bring them in. Again, we're taking cost out of new talent acquisition. The other thing for HR, too, obviously, is that they're responsible for a lot of training, product training, HR training, compliance training, things of that nature. And so providing that training in an online environment allows them to impact their cost per student. So if I don't have to send a sage around to all the locations or bring people in or do something, learn on your own, but it can do interactive live training in a rich media session and bring my cost per student down, that's something that HR folks are going to want to look at.
Yeah, no question there. There's a lot here, like manufacturing, retail, logistics, and such. I mean, what can we talk on a WebEx to maybe some of those particular verticals there?
Yeah, there's so many different impacts. Matter of fact, I would challenge you. You guys know me and my number. If you're going out to see a particular vertical or somebody within a particular functional area of a business, give me a call and I'll tell you 3 best practice use cases for WebEx there. A couple you may want to think about is R&D. Using this to bring researchers together who are maybe at different labs. A lot of our customers develop products in association with third-party partners outside of their organization. Using WebEx to bring those communities together can actually shorten the cycle time to getting new products out to market. It's going to do one of two things. If I'm the first out to market, I'm going to get early market margin, right, before I have to come down on my price with competition. And other, if I'm in an environment where I'm on patent, if I can shave, I'll give you an example for pharmaceuticals. If I can shave 2 months off my, 2-year pharma R&D by using WebEx, that's 2 months of additional on-patent revenue. That could be millions of dollars.
Yeah, I'm sure it can be huge. Also, I'm also thinking about maybe institutional investors, right? Being brokers with clients, working with big firms like even law firms, et cetera, right? Need WebEx because when you really think about it, is everything seems to be very methodical, old school. It's always via phone or email, right? So
Absolutely.
if you're trying to actually create your brand, particularly in financials, where they're always trying to get more clients and get more deposits, bigger equities, bigger positions, or more exposure to a portfolio, the more technology you have in front of them to have that face-to-face, I'm sure it's going to grow.
Absolutely, right? So that's a great use case. So if I'm working with people, high net worth folks, or things like that, I want to do it over WebEx because now I can be more flexible and have to come to their house. They can meet me anytime they want. They continue to see me, and I build my trust factor. And I can show them maybe two options on a financial investment institute. This one's a REIT, and this one's a bond. And there's a study out there that says if I see two investment decisions side by side graphically, I'll make a faster decision. Same thing with attorneys and things of that nature. The trend is I don't want to go ahead and have to come into your legal office. I just want to jump on a WebEx, talk about where we are with the case, take a look at any new documents that came in, tell you to go ahead and execute on something, and then be gone.
So I think these are great, excellent positions that we can actually use and close some WebEx business in Q4. So sales champions, I'm going to challenge you. Go out there, look for these lines of business, have these conversations. And if you need Dave's help, he's there for you right here.
Absolutely.
So if you want to go prep before, get Dave. Hey, I'm seeing this particular client. We need to talk about X. If I wanted some takeaway points or some careabouts, you can reach out to Dave, shoot him an email, voicemail, and we'll respond. If you need to reach out to us, please do. You can respond to this email. If you need to reach me directly, 212-714-4051. Dave?
212-714-4477.
Good selling in Q4. Thanks so much.
Take care.